Hello, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Marisa.
I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters. As a reminder, this podcast is rated T for teen for strong language and mature themes.
If you don't like that,
fuck off!
Yeah, I guess just get out of here, man. Like, no, I just mean, we don't have other suggestions for you, really. Just step away. We don't want to offend anybody, because we're gonna be offensive. If you don't want to be offended.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah, if you want to, you can go listen to her Interactive's very own podcast, Unlocked. But they're kind of on our shit list right now. You can get quality Nancy Drew content there. We're just waiting for them to unfollow J.K. Rowling on Twitter before we'll talk to them again.
Yeah. And maybe,
hopefully by the time this is out, that's have.
Exactly what I was going to say.
But, at the moment of recording this, we're holding you to task. Bitches. So, what are we talking about today, sister?
Well, we're talking about those sassy phone friends of ours.
So, a couple weeks ago, or I don't know when you guys are listening to, the 1st of June, I did a marathon stream for charity. We raised $353
Yay!
For the Northwest Community Bail Fund, which was awesome that everyone donated that much.
That's so good,
I was
guys.
honestly, cried at the end of the stream at how much we raised. And during that stream, it was suggested to me that we should rate the phone characters or recurring characters. So thank you to Nicole the Pickle, who has reminded me that she was the one who did it, because otherwise I forgot, because that day is a complete blur, because I played 3.5 games in 9 hours.
Which...
Thank you. I was really proud. I was really happy to chat for telling me I could stop in the middle of Haunted Carousel, because they're like, you met your goal. And I was like, I did. And they're like, you're not having fun. I'm like, I'm not.
Oh.
So they told me to stop streaming. Well, they allowed me to stop streaming. I was like, thank you. Because I couldn't remember what the capital of Wisconsin was. That's how tired I was at that point.
Oh, sister.
I have put down a list of phone characters, recurring characters. I'm going to move this one a little further down. So that we can rate them. We didn't make any notes on this, on who we rated what.
We didn't.
So, this is just going to be off the cuff.
Real off the cuff here. Yeah, we'll discuss them and then rank them, you think?
Yeah, I think so. We're just going to rate them, and then at the end, we'll tell you which one is the top and which one is the bottom.
Yeah, I dig that. There we go.
So, on
streamlining the process.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rate Prudence Rutherford?
I'll be honest, I guess probably about a 7.
A 7? Very high for Ariana.
Yeah.
I rate her a 3. I never want to call this woman again. I hate this bougie bitch.
I hate her, but there's something about her presence. There's something about a character that I don't like that I appreciate. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. But I hate her voice.
Yeah.
Something about her voice just feels transphobic to me, and I don't know why. It's like the Lady in the Dress kind of a situation. I don't know. It's just, I just don't like it.
No, I get that. I fully appreciate
eat the rich.
That.
That's how I feel about Prudence Rutherford. So you give her a 7, I give her a 3. Mm-hmm. I'm going to keep these separate. We're not going to come to a unified. Especially since the next one I have down is Professor Hotchkiss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you give Professor Hotchkiss?
I mean, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I love her energy, but she is problematic.
Yeah. I heard some of the girls in the chat were talking about specifically that they really liked her because they saw their ADHD in her character.
Yeah.
And so they were able to relate to her that way. Mm-hmm. And that definitely gave me a new, look at the character.
For sure.
Because I agree that she's definitely, ADHD coded.
Oh, yeah.
But I saw it in, a really problematic way. In the fact that it was, they were making fun of her. and it was supposed to be comedy, but with these girls with ADHD, they related to the character, and they saw themselves in the character, and it made them feel good.
Yeah.
So I think that has raised my opinion.
Yeah,
what is
definitely.
your opinion?
I mean, I genuinely like her. I like her, I think an 8.5.
Okay. 8.5. I would say a 7.
Okay.
I'm not...
You'd give her a Prudence, huh?
I mean, you remember my Prudence Rutherford score was 3.
Yeah,
so no,
but we're going by the Ariana metric.
So, Professor Hotchkiss, it raises my opinion of her. At least if people are relating to her in a positive way, that raises my opinion of her.
Yeah, definitely.
Charlena Purcell.
I used to love Charlena. I used to love her. But just as time goes by, I hate this bitch. Like, I'd give her a 6.
Oh, tough. That's rough coming from Ariana.
There's some nostalgia goggles, but they don't hide the cracks there, buddy.
See, my issue is that she's basically a completely different character in Last Dream of Blue Moon Canyon than she is in Shadow Ranch. Fucking hell, that took me too long. I just played the goddamn game. In
but
2
again
hours. And I got 9 out of 10 horse questions right on the first try. That got me $45 in donations.
Yeah.
I was really happy about that. But for me, Charlena Purcell, I would also give a 6. Like, she's just kind of like, she's blah. I wouldn't say she's like bad, but she's just like, then again, I'm going to give her a 5 because she stole intellectual property.
Yeah, for sure.
That's my 5. She stole Lori. Like, bitch, you couldn't... I understand that publishing is a really tough, like, situation. Yeah. However, stealing your ideas from a letter, that's ridiculous. That's low. So I give her a 5. Jamila.
Oh, a fucking perfect 10. I don't have to think about this one for a second.
Yeah, Jamila gets a 10 from both of us. She's good. I love her. She's fantastic. She's witty. She's got a great voice actress.
Yeah, just really, really well done all around. They give her the best lines, unless the voice actress is making them up, in which case she does a great job doing it.
She just I feel like her character is she really portrays the personality in her voice, and I think that helps so much.
This just detachment.
It's like fucking line.
That's not the sort of thing I'm going to concentrate on.
What's your opinion of Dylan? Do I have to have one?
No? Oh. Okay.
Oh, good.
That's good.
Fucking love
It's just like a little side eye. It's just like, yeah.
God, that's such a fantastic.
I was not prepared to have a conversation about this. I have to have an opinion?
Pretty much.
She's good.
Fucking love. Jamila's fantastic.
She's great.
And her accent isn't that bad.
No, it's good. It's
pretty good. So Jamila was a 10 out of 10 for both of us.
Yes.
I'm going to move on to Savannah Woodham.
I'd give Savannah a 9. Well, I do consider dropping her down like a half step just because she did break Wade's heart.
She did break Wade's heart. Wade, best man in the entire franchise.
Yeah. It is a little hard, but at the same time, as a character...
Wade is the only man that I support. He's the only valid man. That's not true. I love the Hardy Boys. But still.
He's the best.
Savannah, you give her a 9?
Yes, I give her a 9. She's just a... Actually, I might give her a 10. I might give her a 10. I'm thinking about it again. She's such a joy to talk to.
Yeah. I give her an 8 because while I love her, Her accent is just fucking awful.
Oh, I love how awful it is. It's terrible. Nobody talks like that.
Not only did she break Wade's heart, but she also employs Logan, who was a spy for Cathedral.
Okay, so, that's not her fault. She's not a bright woman. This is evident in her.
Yeah. I do love that she is just so authentic. Fucking love that. Just, I'm just a psychic. That's what I am.
Look.
Oh, well, I'm trying to get into tech writing now. She's just like, I've given up ghost hunting despite being a known psychic. I'm just gonna go into tech writing. That raises it up to a 9. I feel that.
I love her so much. I need a series that is just about her. I don't even care what she's doing. Like, just, she's trying to make it in the tech world, and ghosts just keep popping up. Like,
she's like, I need this ghost to just get out of here. I am trying to write about this lovely new hard drive.
And there's a
that they're trying to tell me will rival solid state drives in speed, which I don't believe. Please tell me more.
And I'd love a lovely, like, running B-plot of Logan slowly being revealed to be a villain.
A spy.
A spy. That's what I meant to say. I didn't mean to say villain, but maybe he's a villain. Maybe he's a villain. He's a bad spy.
Maybe that's why we just don't talk about him anymore. Savannah and John Gray with their own series.
I could dig it. Really flesh out John Gray, because I could dig him. He's just really one note in.
Yeah.
Oh, this could be this, but it's actually ghosts. Are you sure it's not the thing you just said? No, it's ghosts.
Okay. Next. Eustacia and Dropov.
Okay.
Everyone else is dead. I'm nobody's cousin. Because they're all dead. You tell Sharmy he's not dead yet. Oh man, I'm drunk because I'm doing voices.
In all fairness, as soon as you say Eustacia Andropov, you want to do her voice. You're like, I am. Who else would talk? Call.
Oh my god, that was so good. That was such a good.
You just have to sound like you don't want to live anymore.
You have to sound like you have a cigarette in your hand and a whiskey in the other hand. Grandmother!
Yes! So, grandmother's lifestyle, but with Mimi's want to die.
Oh man, don't make me sad. Don't bring up Mimi. She makes me so sad.
I know.
But exactly. But she at least sounds a lot happier when she's talking with Vivian Whitmore in Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake.
That's true. Yep. But I give her a 10.
I know, right? God, I fucking love this woman. Eustacia, she's in her 90s.
Huh.
She doesn't have time for your bullshit.
She's a real bitch. I love her.
Fantastic.
Fucking...
Like, I want to be her. Eustacia and Vivian, lovers. Yes.
Wholeheartedly
Thank you.
agree.
Exactly. Fantastic. I love them. Awesome. Okay. Tino Balducci.
A fucking 3 at best, and that's only because I like laughing at him being stupid sometimes.
I give Tino a -10. This is because Tino is a cop, and all cops are bastards, which is the official stance of the Krolmeister sisters.
I support this.
Okay, so that's my idea on Tino Balducci. He is an awful person. He's got a terrible voice I hate listening to.
I hate it, and
He takes credit for everything you do, and he's a fucking cop.
And then they really these other characters don't affect the gameplay the way that Tino does. Because, like, you are forced to deal with him.
You are. You have to talk to him.
It's worse than Paula Santos. Because, yeah, she'll call you, but at the same time, you aren't punished for not calling her.
It's like, yeah, I'm talking to you with this terrible accent. And yeah, you gotta fax me something. Because people fax each other things. Fuck you. Find out if they like paprika.
This makes no sense. Fuck off.
Apparently, the funny thing is that if you already know the answer to everything for Yanni, you never have to talk to Yanni until you meet him at the very end of the game when he's the bad guy. Did you know that? I think that's fantastic.
About ways to do characters.
So I give Tino a -3. I mean 10. -10. You gave him a 3. Maybe I'll give him a -5. -10 seems a little... But he is a cop. -10. And it's implied that he's part of the NYPD, which he deserves the -10. Fuck the NYPD. Fuck the pigs. I'm sorry. I'm a little drunk.
Reese is
it
feisty.
Means I'm feisty. Moving on. Sunny June. The man. The myth. The legend.
Oh, right. This is phone characters or recurring characters. I was like, when is he a phone friend? I was really stuck on that one. Right. Let's see. That's a real hard question there, man. Because there's a lot of there's different Sunny Junes. Let's be real here.
There are different Sunny Junes.
None of them are really the same. There's more of a consistency in the journal Sunny Junes. But even then, it's a little unclear.
Yeah. How about how we
wants?
Rate him on Shattered Medallion.
Shattered Medallion? Fuck. I'd probably give him like an 8.
Same.
He's really good. He doesn't live up to what we all wanted, but he's really good.
I love him in the Shattered Medallion. I know a lot of people don't, but I fucking love him in the Shattered Medallion because he is so, like, we love him because he's like, this is just coming from the fandom, non-binary, autistic, ADHD.
Yeah.
We love him. We love him for all of that and everything that he encompasses there. Fucking love him.
And they just wrote him as endearing as fuck, too. He's just...
They did. I love so much about him. I especially love the fact that he has this great relationship with his grandfather. And they made him so endearing in the Shattered Medallion. To me, everything about him made me go, I love you so much and want to protect you.
Right down to that very last conversation we're having with him while we're waiting for Patrick to not die. He's just that he's so open and honest about what if this isn't really right? What if I am just crazy and I shouldn't be following my grandfather's crazy stories?
I love it.
And he's so open and vulnerable, and it's like, I mean, I have a plan, but I'm also flying by the seat of my pants. So, like, this is where I'm at.
Fucking love Shattered Medallion Sunny, to be quite honest. Like, really, he's so endearing. I love him. Maybe it's because Veronica, one of the mods from the Clue Crew server, has gotten to me. But I have started to actually enjoy the Shattered Medallion. Except for that fucking end, that fucking lightning round puzzle. I still think that there's no excuse for that.
So, if you take a breath, it's okay.
How about Ned?
Okay, and this may seem a little harsh.
I'm here for it.
I'm going with... I'm going with 5. Because really, he's a hit or miss character. It depends on the game. And since it's really hit or miss, it's like 50-50, you know?
Yeah. So a 5. Like, Ned in Silent Spy. Much higher.
Much
Ned
higher.
in fucking Midnight in Salem? Fuck you. You're cheating on me.
That was rough.
I'm sorry, but Midnight in Salem, Ned is cheating on Nancy.
Midnight in Salem Ned is, we need to talk, Ned.
Yeah, he is. And Sea of Darkness Ned is also pretty fucking shitty.
Ooh, yeah.
I will give Ned a 5 as well, to be quite honest.
See, it's fun to see the ones that we're, like, exactly on the same page on.
Yeah, it's like, he's just kind of middle of the road, you know?
Some games like, you love him, and you're like, oh, what a sweet baby. And then some games honestly, you're like, go fucking jump off the edge of the earth. I swear to God.
The only game I really like him in is The Silent Spy. Because, like, Captive Curse, also fucking hate him.
Yeah. He's inoffensive in Ash.
True. He does
Alibi
actually...
and Ashes.
Alibi and Ashes, he does, in fact, go on a date with another woman because we tell him to. Which...
To be fair, it's Deirdre, and she's thinking of Nancy, too.
It's true. So we give Ned a solid 5.
Solid.
Maybe I'll give him, 5.
It's like a wavy 5, really, because he's so all over the place. It's just like,
he really
that's
is.
Just where he hits most often.
Okay, next is Carson.
Slightly less problematic than Ned. A little more consistency, but still pretty harsh and controlling, let's be real. And very, for someone so controlling, he's not present in his daughter's life at all. She has a golf ball for his picture in her phone.
They see each other so little that she doesn't even have a picture of him.
Like, I don't know, man. I like how I'm judging him, just like, I feel like I've gotten, like, harsher and harsher as the list has gone on, and it's like...
That's fine.
I mean...
What do you give him?
What? And then we're doing shit for him in Midnight in Salem, and, like... Do we
and
really
he's like... I mean, he calls us and stuff. I just don't... I didn't
but
talk
he sent
to
us
any
to
of
a
our
town
phone
with
contacts.
his fuck people, and, like...
Carson fucks. That
fucks.
is the reality of
into
Midnight
the
in
score.
Salem. Carson fucks. He has fucked Alicia. He has fucked Judge Danforth. He has fucked Dr. Elizabeth Hurst.
Yep.
He has fucked at least those 3 people, as well as Kate Drew. Maybe he fucked, I don't know, Moira's
all of them
husband.
at the same time?
Who
What?
knows?
I mean... Something. Anyway... Okay. 6.5. I think I'm saying 6.5. Just because I do appreciate the voice actor's solid performance, you know?
That's true. He is a solid voice actor. I was going to give him a 6.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So the next 2 sets, it's going to be 2 people as 1. Yeah. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Bess and George. Because if we call, like, the only game where we only call... There's 2 games where we only talk to Bess, and that is Ghost of Thornton Hall and Legend of the Crystal Skull. Those are the only ones where we talk to Bess without George.
Yeah.
So, usually they're a unit. What do you think?
Man, and that's difficult, because they've really... Sorry, my chair's so squeaky. They've really changed a lot over the years.
They
you
have.
know, both voice acting wise and what has been accepted as their, like, canon interests and behaviors.
Let's talk about from Ransom of the 7 Ships onward.
Okay. Yeah, because those are fairly solid as far as,
I'm sorry to say, but before, like, Ransom and the Seven Ships, they were all over the place and not great.
No.
Like, specifically, we were playing Secret of Shadow Ranch. Mm-hmm. I tried to say Secret of the Shadow Hand. No. By the way.
I like that one a lot. Secret of the Shadow Hand.
So, Shadow Ranch, we were playing, and I hate that Bess and George so much.
Yeah.
I just can't stand it.
Yeah.
Same with St. John's Deception Island. I just don't like that Bess and George.
And aren't they, like if I'm misremembering, are they the ones that are miscast? Like, vocally?
Yeah, it sounds like George should be Bess and Bess should be George. Yes. Secret of Shadow Ranch is exactly that. I always hear George and think it's Bess.
Yeah. They're thoroughly miscast in that.
They really are. So, Ransom and the Seven Ships onward.
They're fairly solid as characters from then on. They just get more solid as it goes. So, I think I'd give them, you know what, I'm going with a 9.
A 9?
They get my heart.
I'm going to give them an 8. Because they're good, but, I mean, they don't really have, like,
they don't got a lot going
to
on.
them.
It's really...
They don't have a lot going on.
I'll be real. Like, my score is largely just headcanons, I think. That I've just, like... I'm like, nope, it's accepted. This is how they are, so I accept that into my evaluation of them.
Yeah. So, Hardy Boys.
I mean, I love the Hardy Boys. I just feel like a lot of times they're not necessary.
I know, like almost every single game I played during my stream, you could talk to the Hardy Boys and I never called them.
Love them. Absolutely love the voice actors. They are the various ones. I know that Frank gets a couple.
Yeah.
But they're good and they're not usually too poorly written. But they're just so frivolous and like crammed in there, and
there was no reason for me. I literally didn't call them once during either Shadow Ranch or Danger on Deception Island, and I could have.
When they're thrown in, it feels like going into that house that's like overly decorated. It's like, okay, I'm glad they're here, but why? Why is there a pink flamingo in the middle of your living room?
So what's your rating?
I am going to give them 7, largely because I like the voice actors.
I'm going to give them an 8, actually.
Jolly good.
So, for once, I gave a higher score than Ariana. Yeah. Oh. Dwayne Powers.
No,
you have to rate him. He's in 2 games. He's a recurring character. Rate him.
I decline.
You decline. You gotta rate him. Apparently he's a no out of 10.
I think that's an acceptable answer. He's a no out of 10. I don't want him here.
Okay, well, I'm going to give him a negative 10. Because
you
in
put
one
him
game...
on the same level as Tino Balducci?
Yes. For reasons. So, in the first game, he's a fucking incel. And then on the second game, he does blackface.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much
lower than Tino Balducci.
I think blackface is pretty much the same level as the NYPD.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I think that's something the NYPD would do.
Yeah.
So, you know? Now, last but definitely not least. Deirdre.
Here's where I do run into a little bit of a problem.
Okay, please tell.
Sometimes she is just kind of one note. You know?
That's fair.
it's like they decided to concentrate on that specific, because they didn't, because it's very obvious to the rest of us that the creators behind these games are uncomfortable with Deirdre and Nancy's very implied relationship that they
have chemistry, okay?
They put it in there. They allowed these things to happen in their games. It's just there. So they're uncomfortable dealing with it, and so they make her very one note. Like, I love her in Deadly Device, but at the same time, it's all very one note. So I don't know. I guess 9. 9? 9 or 10. I'm really not 10. Sure. 9 and a half.
I give her a 10 because she's my wife. She just is.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
She's good.
She's very good. I love her. And she and Nancy are off. Like, everyone brings up the fact that Ned sounds really jealous when he's talking about Frank. Oh, so both of the Hardy Boys are there. But at Midnight in Salem, he's also like, oh, you're talking to Deirdre? What are you doing with Deirdre there?
Ned caught on.
Ned knows. Ned knows that Nancy and Deirdre
finally
are
figured
together.
it out.
I'm sorry, but they are girlfriends that entire thing. And Deirdre gets all freaked out about being in a thing. No, we're terrible together. This was terrible. This was awful. And she runs off and does her thing. But it's like,
kiss, you fools.
It's like, you just got too, like, you felt too claustrophobic in the relationship, but I'm sorry.
You silly, silly baby.
You love her. Especially when you do the truth serum. When you do the truth serum, she's all like... Well, I mean, I did it in my playthrough.
I didn't watch the playthrough.
Ariana, you didn't watch my playthrough? How could you? But, she basically just is like... I mean, you're really smart and great and everything. Wait, why did I say that? I didn't try to say that. I just mean that you're really, really smart and I like you. So. Okay. Now that we've rated them all, let's look back on our lowest rated character, which is actually a tie between Tino Balducci and Dwayne Powers. Ariana rated Tino Balducci a 3, whereas I rated him a -10.
I feel like it can be taken down.
Ooh, what is it now?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's probably a 0, I guess.
Okay, so Tino is a 0 from Ariana.
He's kind of, I don't know, yeah.
0, and then I say a -10. And then Dwayne Powers, Ariana rated a no out of 10, and I rated a -10. So those two are tied for our lowest score. Tino
I feel like the
and
difference
Dwayne.
between the two for me is I hate Tino, but I accept that he exists.
Mm-hmm.
But I hate Dwayne, and I don't accept his existence. And the games he is in are fucking fever dreams and can just die. They can die.
Okay. So Tino is the worst character that is canon, but Ariana has declared Stay Tuned for Danger and Ransom of 7 Ships not canon. Good to know.
I think that stands.
However, our best characters, our 2 best characters combined, are Jamila, which I can't remember her last name, and Eustacia Andropov, where both of us gave them a 10 out of 10.
Yep. I stand by those. Yeah.
You know what? I also stand by those. So there you have it. Those are our best and worst. I mean, we rated the phone/recurring characters of the games. Characters that are in more than one game no matter what. Yeah. So yeah, that's our rating. We would love to hear your guys's if you would like to tell us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, or our fancy website, KrolmeisterSisters.knifefightclub.com.
Or you can find us on, I mean, not or, but, and hey, also, you can find us. A smart person would take a second take, not I. You can find us on, like, Apple Podcast and Google Podcast and Spotify, and there you can leave us reviews and let us know and let other people know what you think.
Yeah, I
We're
would
dying
normally
to know how you would rate us as recurring characters in your lives.
Normally, I would tell you guys to find us on Twitch and Patreon. However, right now, I think your money is better spent if you would donate to your local bail fund or community fund, which you can do by searching whatever state you're in, bail fund, or whatever state you're in, freedom fund, which is it's what they use often, or if you donate to the Black Visions Collective. So, as a reminder, I'm Marisa.
I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters, and we're asking you guys to stay sleuthy.